That was a good stoppage.
He came from around down under for the first time outside of Australia, and Liam Paro has just beaten Montana Love.
Loses back-to-back fights with two tough.
Here, let me mute that. Shout out to Liam Paro. Stoppage of Montana Love. Jeez, I forgot what round that was. And me and Big J, my colleague from Australia, we were just talking about how, you know, this fight didn't really mean nothing for each fighter unless they got a spectacular stoppage to boost themselves up in the rankings of the 140-pound division, because the 140-pound division is pretty top-heavy right now, with the money being with a guy like Ryan Garcia. On the main event, you have Haney Prograis, who was supposed to fight Liam Paro, taking on Devin Haney. You got Teofimo Lopez, guys like Arnold Barboza. It's a top-heavy division. We're going to listen to the post-fight interview and listen to what I can see Liam Paro getting Prograis if Prograis doesn't have a rematch clause and loses to Devin Haney tonight. Hold on 1 minute. Take your time out. Like the video. Subscribe. And I am TstreeT Controversy. The main event is up next. My bad. Want to make sure we. So anyway, Liam Paro now 24-0 with 14 KOs, stopping Montana Love. Montana Love's. I don't want his career is not in jeopardy, but you know what's going on right here. What is he saying to the ref? I think it was a good stoppage because he wasn't firing back enough, and Liam Paro was starting to load up. So now Montana Love, let's see if it's updated, is now 18-2-1 with 9 KOs. I first watched him when he had beat up Ivan Baranchyk. Here's the stoppage. It's the uppercut. Boom. That's the first knockdown. So he's lost to 2 straight Aussies. That's the second knockdown. And Liam Paro couldn't let Stevie Spark outshine him. Now it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here, meaning Montana Love, because he was the chief support on the main event on this pay-per-view tonight. So basically, the seats are filled. People are actually watching, or should be watching, the pay-per-view in bigger numbers than they were during the Andy Cruz and Ebony Bridges fight. So since I covered when he fought Ivan Baranchyk, that was on my birthday, by the way, 2021. I don't even remember. That was a Triller card, wasn't it? But since then, Carlos Diaz, Gabriel Venezuela didn't look good in that fight, and then he ran into Stevie Spark, who had fought Tim Tszyu at 154, by the way. So I guess you can say he's a naturally bigger fighter. Let's listen into the particulars. Take your time out. Like the video. Subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with 5U360.
Makes it official.
I wonder what they're waiting for. I wonder if because they have some type of WBO belt there. At one point in time, Liam Paro was ranked very high by the sanctioning bodies. Turned up.
Seconds of round number 6, declaring your winner by knockout. He's still undefeated and the new WBO Intercontinental Super Lightweight Champion, Liam Paro.
So let's see who he's going to fight next. That dye job by Thomas Taylor is egregious. Look at that joke. Is that toupee too?
Absolutely, man. Nick, I love seeing this because he was waiting for this opportunity, and he's been out of the ring for so long. I didn't expect this, man. I expected more from Montana.
Well, Liam, congratulations. All week long, you promised to back Montana up, Love up, and eventually stop him. Was this the kind of performance you were hoping for?
Look, man, first of all, credit to Montana Love. He's a good fighter, but man, I'm a man of my word. I said what I was going to do. It was a slow start. Man, it fucking feels good to be back after 14 months out of the ring.
You mentioned the slow start. It seemed like kind of a chess match through the first 4 or 5 rounds. What were you trying to figure out early on, and what took so long for you to kind of get going there?
Okay, I was just figuring out how I'm gonna execute the win. He's a good boxer, but I said I could match him at anything, and I believe I matched him in the boxing too. And then he started slowing down pretty fast, and we just keep turning the screws every round, and that's what I did. yeah, I'm just happy to be back. I can't thank Eddie Hearn and Matchroom for sticking by me, all my fans for sticking by me in the hard times, but we're back and bring on a world title.
So you talk about the first 5 rounds a little bit slow, but then the 6th round comes around, and you just start to unleash some shots. Walk me through what you were seeing from Montana Love, beginning with that first knockdown.
Look, I just I felt him come with a high guard. I know. Look, that uppercut there was perfect. His hands are up around his ears, and he was very telegraphed by that time. I could yeah, look, man, beautiful. I'm very happy with my performance. There's no such thing as ring rust, I believe, and
here I think we see the second knockdown coming, or the stop in the corner right before the stoppage.
Yeah, I just rolled away. I knew the ref was keeping a close eye on him, and yeah, I did what I had to do to get the job done, and I did it.
Just a few months ago, you were scheduled to face Hitchins Prograis for a world title. You now get arguably the biggest win of your career against Montana Love. What do you want to do next?
I said it all prep here too. I didn't look past Montana Love, but I want the winner of the main event. I'm ready for a world title. I've been ready for ages, and I just cemented my spot at the top of this division now. Give me the best names.
You had a big win just a year ago against Brock Jarvis, but what kind of statement do you think you made tonight?
Man, that I belong at the top and I'm coming for the belts.
Congratulations, Liam.
Thank you very much.
Guys?
George Kambosos has been the flag bearer for Australian boxing the last couple of years. Is this the new face?
So as I said, the division is very top heavy. You got Hitchins Prograis taking on Devin Haney in the very next fight. This is promoter Eddie Hearn. Rolly Romero's talking about moving up to 147 pounds, but Ryan Garcia is targeting him. Subriel Matias is considered the boogeyman of the division, very powerful and dangerous fighter. Teofimo Lopez, we don't know what he's doing next. Richardson Hitchins is a possibility for Liam Paro because they're both under the same promotional company, same division, and they're both seeking a title shot, which they're not going to get anytime soon. You got Jose Ramirez, Arnold Barboza, Jack Catterall, Jermaine Ortiz, top rank fighter. I guess what I'm saying is the division is kind of scattered to an extent with guys like Hitchins Prograis, Devin Haney, Richardson Hitchins, Jack Catterall, all under, and including Paro, all under Matchroom. Then you have Rolly Romero, who's PBC, Subriel Matias, right now flirting. I guess you could say he's PBC. He just was offered to fight with Teofimo Lopez, but turned it down because of an injury. So that's interesting. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez turned down a fight against Ryan Garcia because of money disputes. So Teofimo Lopez, shout out to him for wanting to fight the boogeyman. Josh Taylor's now 147 pounds. Bakhtir Akhmedov. Put it this way. For Liam Paro, if I'm being honest, I think that the Richard Hitchison fight is the way to go. A fight that can be made, and both of them need a significant fight at this point in time in their careers. And it's an easy fight, or it should be an easy fight to make. And Eddie Hearn is often talked about, especially as of late, is that how he wants to be more aggressive with his stable, and basically people or fighters who are not going to step up and take tough fights, then he was going to let him go. So let's see what Big J has to say about this. We're not going to be long because the main event is up next, and I'm actually hyped for this main event. I won't be surprised if Hitchins Prograis win. A part of my gut saying that he is. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy, and Big J at Old Mate. Big J, that's him right there. Let's see what we got here. All right, we're not going to be too long-winded since the main event is up next, but what did you think about the fight? He did exactly what we said he needed to do.
Yeah, an emphatic win. First of all, I know we've already talked this, but fuck Ebony Bridges. I'm so happy she lost. Everyone's over the moon that she lost, so hopefully she fades away. But an emphatic statement win is exactly what he needed. Took him a little bit. 6 rounds, you can't really fault what he did. He took his time.
He got him out of there.
He picked his shots, and he got him out of there. And that's exactly what he needed to do. And it was an emphatic win. There was no ifs, buts, maybes about it. If the ref didn't stop it, he would have got knocked down again anyway, and probably knocked out cold. So, as I said, this is exactly what Liam needed. He needed to shake the ring muscle off, fight a decent mid-carder, someone that he didn't have any problems with, which he didn't. He didn't have any problems with him, and then move on to the next step. Is he ready for the winner of Haney Prograis? I think he needs another fight before he does that.
I think that is a good chance he can fight the loser of that fight.
Yeah, fight the loser. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Fight the loser. So
It's either going to
fight
be
the loser
him
and then fight.
or politically, and I was talking about earlier in the video, it's going to be either him or possibly Richardson Hitchins or Jack Catterall because they're all under match room. The other fighters are pretty much tied up in this political bullshit with them.
But the other problem is he just won a WBO belt, so he can't. That's not going to affect his rating at WBC.
But I won't be surprised. But he should be ranked by the WBC after this because he just won. That's an underling belt he just won.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, WBO, not WBC.
Yeah, the WBO. But what I'm saying is, don't be surprised if he's going to be. He'll be in the rankings next month. I can see it. For the WBC and the WBA, and he's not ranked. So he's only ranked by the WBO now. But I'm guessing that Intercontinental title that he has is going to get him either a top 10 because he's a number 11 right now, or maybe a top 5. I don't know how it works. But yeah, well, I can see him being ranked by the other sanctioning bodies by the next month's rankings update.
I think the Global's higher than that because that one that he's got now is probably top 10, top 15. Global's top 5 because he had the Global belt. What happened to that?
Well, I don't know why the WBO dropped him down so low. Especially since it was an injury, because they don't do that to a lot of fighters. There's a mystery behind that.
Yeah, but he'll be back. I think you're right. Hutchins will probably be the next bloke, which will put him in line for Teofimo.
Yeah.
So, and that's been brought up more than once. So it just depends which way he wants to go. I mean, it's sort of a bit of a mystery. Why is he fighting for a WBO belt if he wants to go after the WBC champ? But anyway, they'll sort it out. But emphatic win. There was nothing wrong with it. He looked sharp the entire night. Montana Love didn't give him any problems. He did what he needed to do, and that's exactly what he needed to do. And shout out to my mate Nick Noonan, who was standing right next to Eddie Hearn there. So sort of like doing the cross fingers. That was my mate Nick Noonan. So shout out to him.
All right. Closing thoughts?
It's a good day for Australian boxing. Ebony lost. Liam won. So
yeah, and Ebony Bridges got dominated, and Liam dominated.
And and everyone's loving it. I mean, my phone's been blowing up messages, and everyone's just laughing at Ebony saying Karma finally got us. So
yeah,
they're loving it. But Liam looked good, so we can forget about Ebony. But Liam looked good, and now we can move on to the next thing because Andrew Maloney also looked good in his fight last night, a dominant performance. He's back in the winner's circle. And do we have time to mention Jai? We're going to leave that for later.
Nah, we're gonna be back next week to talk about basically recapping Australian boxing for the week since it's been busy, and what's also coming up next. Updates on Tim Tszyu, Cambosos, Jason Maloney, what's going on with Jayu Pataya and Miras Breedis, and going into more detail about Ebony Bridges, because by the time we do our Australian boxing podcast, there should be more information as the fight just ended no more than 90 minutes or so ago, about 2 hours or so ago, give or take. With that being said, take your time out, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy, and Big J at Old Make Big J. See you guys next week.